everybody. It's December 31st, 2021, New Year's Eve. It's time for an update on the home. This will be the last update of 2021 and probably the last update on the home prior to gaining the CO. So I have some exciting news to share, guys. The home has passed the final inspection. The building permit is finalized, at least as far as the building part goes. Town has to still come out and do the zoning inspection, which should be, I'd say, a quick and easy thing. I'm hoping they just come out and just look at the home, make sure it meets the requirements of what the town specifies, and it's within the setbacks, all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's the setbacks and the general requirements. That's stuff that was really taken care of before I even filed for my building permit and before I actually got this home. Basically, the town specifies that a manufactured home has to be built like a house. It has to have siding and roof materials, all that stuff comparable to a house. It has to have brick underpinning, all that good stuff. And of course, this neighborhood is part of the town that does allow mobile homes or manufactured homes. So anyways, that's out of the way. So in simple words, I'm just one step away from having the CO. Town has to come out and do the zoning inspection. I was hoping they would do it today, but it turns out they're closed today for New Year's Eve. And since New Year's Day falls on Saturday, guess what that means? Oh yeah, they're going to be closed on Monday too, I believe. So it's also the reason why I don't have to go back to work Monday. I have to go back to work next Tuesday. So looks like I get to spend my probably one of the busiest work weeks of the year also getting this place ready to live. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm just happy that it's done. So let's go ahead and give you guys a tour. So the decks are finished, minus the need to have them painted and stained. That's going to come soon. The side deck will be getting treated with Thompson seal really soon because it needs it bad. It's the existing porch off the single wide, so its lumber is already aged. It's in good condition, but in order to keep it in good condition, gotta seal it. The front deck's been painted, and it don't have to be done exactly right away. And also the new wood that's on the steps, that has to cure for a little bit, so it'll be a little bit before I have to stain those. But yeah, I'm excited, guys. Definitely am excited. I'm tired. I can say I'm exhausted. This has been an exhausting week. And because with my final inspection, I had a couple little hiccups, but the inspector has been very lenient. Basically told me what I need to fix, and they come out and verify to fix it and pass the inspection. Super happy about that. The issue was really just, it was real small. It was just had to do with the rails on my stairs. I had 5/4 by 6 boards here, and he said they were too wide. They needed to be like 2x4s. So I changed them out for 2x4s, and he was happy with that. So that's something that was not listed in Appendix M of the North Carolina State Building Code, by the way, and that needs to change. If that's an issue, they need to make sure that's noted in the State Building Code, as well as the county brochure on deck construction. So deck work, I'll tell you, this is a big thing for me, having these decks completed, at least construction-wise. And I'm going to do a little bit more things to the porches, particularly the side porch. I still got to install some boards on the side down here to cover up this space between the deck surface and the ground, because my chain link fence is going to be coming from right there to right there, and I got to close this in, so if I have dogs in the future, dogs can't have a place to get up real easy. I'll tell you what, guys, what else is crazy is although I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt today, it's really mild for December. This December in this area, we broke a record for the most number of 70-degree days, which I think the tally was 12 days this month we've had 70-degree or warmer temperatures, which is just crazy. It's been pleasant, I'll say that, although it's been off and on raining. So side porch, as you look at it, now the side door is locked right now. I'm not going to go in the side door just yet. I'll go in through the front door, but you see how I had to bring in some dirt right here to bring up the ground surface to be level and within standard for this stair. because previously, especially the right side of these stairs were too high off the ground, and I think the code specifies no more than, I think, 8 inches between as your maximum tread height. So brought in these pavers I had and brought in some dirt. You can just walk right up and come up the stairs. Used 2x12s for my stairs, at least on the front and the side porches. Here's looking side right away. So yeah, real excited, guys, and hopefully the neighbor's music won't lay me a copyright claim on this video. So let's go ahead and walk around this way. We'll go inside in a moment. Not too much has really changed inside, although I am starting to clean up inside to get it ready for move-in, because I'm probably moving in next week. I can't believe it, guys. We're that close. So here's a look at this nice back porch. I mean, this thing's awesome. And yes, guys, I did this thing totally by myself. The first time I've ever built a deck. Now, as y'all may remember, this here was previously was the side porch on this home. And I must say, although it looks nice, it does have a little bit of a flaw to it that actually threw things off with the entire porch. This thing is just slightly off square. So guess what happened? It threw the entire rest of the porch slightly off square. Go figure. But yeah, this is we got the catwalk going to this well, be the future tech room or office for computer channel. And what's nice is, let's say if I'm selling a computer to someone, I don't have to take them through my house. I can just have them come in right through this back door here, which is, I think, is really nice. Here's the backyard. Still got some lumber and stuff laying around. Gonna be burning some wood here pretty soon, possibly even tonight. But I'm telling you guys, this deck here, although it's not quite as big as the deck this home had before it moved, this deck is 8 foot out from the house. The previous back deck on the home was about 10 feet out. So not quite as big, but it's definitely big, and in overall square footage, much bigger than what the single wide had back here. As I mentioned, I'm going to be bringing this fence back up to this porch over here. I'm going to probably put a gate somewhere right in here. So, I know it's dark out. I mean, I went grocery shopping here recently and just got back. Yeah, guys, first time I really went on a major Aldi haul since March. Excuse me, February was the last time I made a big Aldi haul. I think I did go to Aldi once or twice during the summer to get a few things here and there, but I tell you, this home project has really put my life on pause. And I'm finally, it's exciting to finally get to press the play button on my life and resume doing things I used to do, like, you know, work on computers, upload stuff to YouTube on computer channel regularly, you know, that kind of stuff. So I must say, I mean, the home itself is about 1.5 times larger than the square footage of the single wide, but it's just big. It's just so big compared to what I had. And when you factor in the square footage of the decks, it's like I got a lot more house here. And I tell you, it's looking back over the course of this year, what a crazy year this has been. I mean, we had this home project, and I've also lost some people who were close to me, including my grandpa. He got to see this home from the outside a week before he died. They had just moved the home in. As a matter of fact, yeah, they just got the home set up on blocks on both halves, and that's when he got to see it. I sure wish he could have seen it now. But yeah, it's been a crazy year with this home and with my work and everything else. It's just, It's been such a crazy year, but I'm so excited to be. I'm so excited for 2021 to be coming to a close, and I hope 2022 is going to be a lot better of a year. But I will say the biggest thing that 2021 brought is, of course, this home. So yeah, and oh yeah, guys, another big update to share is the home now has a new roof. Has a brand new shingled roof, architectural 30-year shingles. They replaced about 8. They replaced about 8 sheets of plywood on this roof, guys. That's a lot. Now, the only spot that was really the issue with the roof was behind this chimney. Basically, when they last fixed this roof, this ain't the first time it's leaked. Here's a photo. Have a look at this. So, the last time they fixed this roof, you see a section of the plywood that was replaced. When they put down new shingles, they didn't do it properly. They tucked the bottom part of the flashing down beneath the shingle, so you can guess what happened. Water found its way in and rotted out the roof again. And I don't know how long it had been like that, but it's fixed right now. Because now the lip of the flashing on the lower part of this chimney is now sitting on top of the shingles. The lower lip of the flashing is resting right over top of the shingles. So now water flows off the flashing onto the shingles, not down the flashing under the shingles and onto the roof. So at least I'm hoping now I should have many years without having to worry about this chimney leaking. So, I mean, it's 30-year rated shingles. I don't mean they'll last 30 years. I do have a 2-year warranty on labor. I tell you what's crazy, guys, is it was the reason why it took so long to get this roof replaced is material shortages. You know, building materials, stuff in short supply. That was the issue. I forget how long they said that they were waiting on supplies to come in stock to do this roof. Ended up going with a different color shingles. Went with a darker shade of shingles. Excuse me. The shingles that were there previously were gray, were like a dark gray. These are a mixture of black and brown, which matches this home really well. I mean, I'm really thrilled about how it looks. The architectural shingles versus the 3-tab, and it looks a whole lot better. But yeah, guys, I'm so excited to be out here on this porch. Sorry if I get me real well, but yeah, on this porch, on this big porch behind this house. The last time, I mean up until recently, the last time I got to walk out on a big porch was before the home was moved. And while I don't have a nice big lake to look at, it's still nice being able to oversee my backyard, and I can still look at sunsets. And of course it's beginning to come up a rain shower. Go figure. And, real excited, guys. Real excited. Kind of frustrated right now because this went my first big grocery haul since this spring, and I tell you, it's crazy. Now the prices, the food prices are pretty comparable to what I paid previously. I shop at Aldi for a lot of my things, and the total wasn't too much more than what I'm used to paying. But there's a lot of stuff that was not in stock, so I'm gonna have to go again and try again on some items. But yeah, it's starting to rain. See, that's the thing about this weather. It's mild. It's nice and mild, but it's been a lot of rain. I mean, it is helping the drought situation. I will give it that. It's helping the drought. But I tell you, it was so frustrating having to work around rain when finishing this place up. That so yeah, final inspection for the building permit is done. The building permit is finalized. It will be complete once the zoning ordinance inspection is completed. And I think once that's done, I should get the CO. And for those who don't know what that stands for, it's certificate of occupancy. So there's the front porch. We've got these steps here. Look much nicer than the temporary steps I've had here for the past several months. I tell you, I'm pretty pleased with myself. I mean, this ain't perfect porch, but hey, it's not too bad for a first timer. Pretty much I had to reassemble these rails and build the steps. The deck part was already together. This deck and the components of these rails were from this home before it moved. And as you maybe will see, it's bricked in. Man, it's really starting to become a rain shower. Okay, let's come inside. Close this door. Still got to go to Walmart this evening, grab some things. So here's a look inside. I did bring in my stand-up lamp from the pack rat. That's the stand-up lamp that was in the living room with single wide. What's nice about this living room is the back side and the front side both have a switched outlet, which is perfect for like a stand-up lamp. This thing really works better when you have a switched outlet, because otherwise you have to manually turn on each of these 3 lights. Whereas now, whoops, wrong one. Just hit one switch and the whole thing cuts off. I bought this in 2016 when I moved into a single wide because, as some of you may remember, the living room in the single wide did not have an overhead light. It was the dumbest thing about that trailer, is it did not have an overhead light in the living room. You had to supply your own light, which this by itself, it did the job, but it just wasn't that great. You just simply can't replace an overhead light. Let's put it like that. I'm planning to get maybe a wall-mounted lamp to go over here, because this outlet here is switched and it's fed off that leftmost light switch there. So, got a buddy coming out in the morning to stitch the carpet back together. And of course, since they separated the home, had to cut the carpet down the center, and also had to cut it right there a little bit too. So I got to glue it and put it back together right there, right here, right there, and also right here as well. So yeah, gotta get the carpet put back together, and I also need to I may go and start sanding and mudding at least right there and right there. At least get it sanded and mudded and taped, all that good stuff. I've been watching some YouTube videos on how to mud drywall, and also my dad is good at it. He learned himself years ago, back when I was a child. Took a cheap end double wide and basically just renovated it from one end to the other with drywall and stuff like that. And I mean, it's the old place where I used to live. That house used to be a double wide, and it used to be a double wide that was kind of a budget model. And my dad, he worked hard over the years on that thing, renovated it from one end to the other. The only thing that hasn't really been touched is the kitchen in that house. And I'm thinking my parents gonna be doing the kitchen here pretty soon once I get settled in over here. We'll see. But yeah, I definitely like having my stand-up lamp in here. It makes it look better. And I'm not sure if I've ever shown off the lights over the fireplace. And this light switch right there feeds power to the fan in the fireplace. And what's really cool is the fireplace, the fan that's in here, it just simply plugs into a 120 volt outlet. So there's a 120 volt outlet inside this fireplace. And what I can do is when I put my wood stove here, I can simply take this fan out and plug in my wood stove to that outlet, and therefore operate the wood stove fan off that light switch, which is going to be pretty cool. So let me show you the spot in the roof, which I got to take this piece of drywall out of here. I just stuck it back. I just covered it back up for the time being. I tried to frame it in. I got a couple of things wrong with the framing, so I got to redo it. And also, just to double check and make sure it ain't leaking, which I don't think it is. Yeah, there's no more leaking in here now. I just got to get the shop back over here and clean all this up. You can see right down there just how bad it got damaged from the roof leaking. There's a spot there and it's kind of covered up. I mean, you got all this blow insulation, yeah, from the ceiling. It came all the way down. Gotta get all that up. But there's a small spot in the floor where the subfloor is just completely gone. It's just a little hole right there next to the wall. But luckily, the floor joists right there, they're fine. They're solid. They're not rotted. And of course, the rim joist was replaced in the summer, so it's got a solid rim joist, and the floor joists are solid right there. So the only thing I really need to fix in that regard is this wall, and I got to go from the outside in. But I do need to treat this. I do need to get something to treat this mold, because yeah, the mold, that black mold, is not a good thing. But so you can see what happened here inside this roof. And I got some photos I'm going to stick in here as well. So the roof decking that was right here, as I think I showed you earlier, it was replaced at some point. This spot leaked before, and they quote unquote fixed it, but they didn't fix it right. So you can guess what happened. It the issue returned. So this time, this roofing company, they knew what they were doing. They took out the old rotted OSB, replaced that, and also they jacklegged the truss right there. You can see that truss is completely gone at the top. I mean, these manufactured homes, they use 2x2s in their roofs, which I'm not exactly a fan of, but I mean, it is what it is. So what the guys did is they, I had some scrap lumber out back. Matter of fact, I had cut up some 5/4x6 boards for the back deck, and I had some leftovers, and they just took a leftover and they used that to brace this whole section back together, so it's solid again. I'll tell you what was interesting is it was so the roofing company, they mentioned to me that they'd be out at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they showed up right at 7. 9 guys. I walked over here right at the crack of 7, and there was already 9 guys up on the roof tearing the old roof off. And I was like, wow, they mean business. I mean, they worked hard on this thing. And I'm very pleased with their work. It's now, in case you're wondering, the cost to have the roof replaced. So this home is 26 feet by 56 feet, actually a little more when you consider the roof. And of course, since the roof is angled, there's actually more there's more area on the roof. The total cost of the new shingles, flashing around 4 vents, 4 skylights, and also installing the bathroom vent in here, because I installed this new bathroom fan. The grand total was $6,515. And you may say, wow, that's a lot of money. And true, it is. That's a good bit of money to spend. But for, I think, replacing a roof, I think it's pretty reasonable. So yeah, let's walk back in here for a second. So the bathroom fan is now functional. It vents outside. Matter of fact, if you listen carefully, you can kind of hear outside. Now it does have a damper inside. It has like a little foam damper on top of the fan, so it's not just wide open. But here, have a listen. Since I know some of y'all watching my videos were fan enthusiasts, this is a Ventline 90 CFM bathroom exhaust fan that you would typically find in a mobile or manufactured home. I decided to go this route because these things are just, they're stupid simple to install. You literally just cut an 8-inch round, an 8-inch diameter hole in your ceiling. I mean, you cut out an 8-inch hole in the ceiling, you mount this thing to the ceiling, And then, of course, well, you got to wire it. You got to install the wiring, which is not as simple, but mounting it to the ceiling is just really simple. And it uses a 7-inch duct. It slips right over top of it. And then on your roof, you have, of course, the roof vent. It's just so simple to install. I mean, I've looked at bathroom fan systems for let's say a stick build, and a lot of them involve like flex duct, like basically the equivalent of a dryer flex duct and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? The front, the bathroom fan in the front bathroom of this place, I mean, obviously it's the same way. We'll go look at it here in a minute. It just slides up into the ceiling. So if you're having to replace one of these, you're not going to find these at Lowe's or Home Depot. You have to order these from a specialized dealer. Now, Amazon does carry the 50 CFM version of this fan, and here's a sound clip of what a 50 CFM sounds like. The 50 CFM does work and it's a little cheaper, but I'd much prefer the 90 CFM. So I went with the 90 CFM, ordered it online, had it shipped here from Mobile Home Parts Store, and also ordered the roof cap while I was on there as well. So that's now installed. And we'll go up to the front. I know some of y'all probably want to hear that fan run too. It's basically the same fan, except this fan here is the fan light combo. It has the light built into it. That's also a 90 CFM. Pretty much the same as what I just installed in the other bathroom, except this here has the light built into it. This is like the fan that was in the single wide. Both bathrooms in the single wide had this style fan. But I'm beginning to think that's probably a replacement. I think someone replaced the fan in this one at some point because it looks awful new. It looks newer than the home, I'll just say that. So, have a look in here real quick. So, definitely got a mess to clean up. That's another thing, guys, is now that we're pretty much getting wrapped up on the building phase of this home, now it's time to start cleaning up and getting ready to move in, because once I get the CO, it's game time. I'm moving in this place. Because I only have a few days to empty a pack rat container before they charge me another month's rent. So, because the January 8th is I think the next day that they're going to renew the rent again, another $200. So, want to get that thing unloaded really soon. So, it's going to be a matter of cleaning the place up, getting it ready for move in. Still got some work to do in that area. I'm telling you guys, I'm just super thrilled. Anyways, let's go into the kitchen here. So I did go to Aldi this evening and load up on a bunch of groceries. One less thing I have to worry about when I do move in. You see, there's starting to be some stuff in the fridge and freezer now. Now I did have some things in here ever since I got power to the place. No, well, not long after I got power to the place and got the air conditioning going, I plugged the fridge in and brought my refrigerator stuff back over here to get it out of my parents' way. And I went ahead and done some grocery shopping. Got to do a little more shopping. It'd be one less thing I have to worry about when I go move in. Like I say, next week I think I was going to be moving in. So, it ain't much longer now, guys. I'm telling you guys, I was hoping I would have been moved in, or at least started to move. I was hoping I'd have had my CO before New Year's Day. But it's looking like the CO will be after New Year's Day. But hey, at least the building permit is the building part is final. My final inspection has been passed, so I ain't got to worry about code enforcement inspections anymore. You just got to do the town zoning inspection, and then it should be a wrap. That should wrap it up. Yeah, I still got to do the that's the thing I already mentioned, the drywall mudding. I do want to at least get this section here and that section there done, or at least, yeah, it'd make matters a little bit easier. Yeah, guys, this is pretty much it. Oh, good, it stopped raining. It's just a brief little rain shower. So we'll walk out front to end the video. And hopefully the next home update will feature me moving in. Hopefully I'll have my certificate of occupancy. That way I can really start moving my stuff in. Because like I say, that 1-800 pack rat down there is costing me $200 a month. I have spent almost $2,000 renting that thing since the beginning of this project. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this video tour. Thanks for watching.